Have you ever poured yourself a warm bowl of oatmeal, feeling like you're doing something truly wonderful for your body? A comforting start to the day. Most of us see oatmeal as the picture of health. Right. It's packed with fiber. It's supposed to be good for your heart, helps with digestion, keeps you feeling full. It's a breakfast staple for so many of us, and for good reason. But what if I told you that this wholesome, innocent bowl could, depending on what you mix with it, actually be working against you? That the very things you add for flavor or convenience might be turning this healthy grain into something that causes bloating, spikes your blood sugar, or even negates its amazing benefits. It's a painful reality to think that something we rely on for wellness might be hiding a little secret in its preparation. The truth is, while oatmeal itself is fantastic, certain common additions can create unexpected problems. In this video, we're going to look at 7 everyday foods that, when mixed with your morning oatmeal, can turn your healthy habit into something less than ideal. We'll explore what these combinations do and, more importantly, what you can do instead to keep your oatmeal the nutritional powerhouse it's meant to be. You might be surprised by some of these. Watch to the end for something that will truly open your eyes. Let's start with the first culprit, and it's probably the most obvious one, but its effects are often underestimated, especially as we get older. Good old-fashioned white sugar. You know, the spoonfuls we add to sweeten things up. Maybe brown sugar or even table sugar. It seems harmless, just adding a touch of sweetness. But here's the thing. Oatmeal is a carbohydrate. It already impacts your blood sugar levels, though slower than many refined carbs thanks to its fiber. When you pile on extra sugar, especially processed white sugar, you're essentially adding a direct line to a blood sugar spike. Think about it. Your body breaks down that sugar very quickly. This causes your blood glucose levels to shoot up rapidly, and then your body has to work hard to bring them back down, often resulting in a crash later. For those of us over 60, our bodies often don't process sugars as efficiently as they used to. These spikes and crashes aren't just uncomfortable, making you feel tired or shaky, but over time, they can contribute to insulin resistance, and that's a stepping stone towards more serious issues like type 2 diabetes. You might be eating oatmeal specifically to help manage blood sugar or cholesterol, and then by adding spoonfuls of sugar, you're actively undermining those efforts. It's like taking 1 step forward and 2 steps back, instead of getting that steady release of energy that oatmeal is known for. You get a quick high followed by a slump. A painful reality for many is realizing that their healthy breakfast habit might be contributing to energy slumps or blood sugar woes they're trying to avoid. The secret here is moderation. Or better yet, choosing natural sweetness instead of refined sugar. Try a sprinkle of cinnamon, which can actually help regulate blood sugar. A few berries, fresh or frozen, add sweetness and antioxidants without the dramatic sugar load. Or, a tiny drizzle of pure maple syrup or honey is better than heaps of white sugar, though still used sparingly as they are concentrated sugars too. The point is, be mindful of the quantity and the type of sweetness you're adding. Don't let added sugar steal the thunder from your fiber-rich oats. Think of your oatmeal as a base. You want to enhance it with nutrients, not detract with empty calories and blood sugar chaos. This simple swap from added sugar to natural flavor enhancers like spices or fruit can make a world of difference in how you feel throughout the morning and in the long run. It keeps the oatmeal doing what it's supposed to do, providing sustained energy and gentle fiber. It's such a common habit. Adding sugar. Almost automatic for some. But pausing to think about that simple addition can genuinely impact your well-being. It's not about deprivation. It's about smart choices that align with your health goals. It's about getting the most benefit out of that nourishing bowl. Moving on from added sugar, let's talk about something many people turn to as an alternative: artificial sweeteners. These are found in many sugar-free products and sometimes added directly to food. The idea is to get sweetness without the calories or the blood sugar spike of sugar. And while they might achieve the calorie-free aspect, Their impact on our bodies, particularly our gut health and metabolism, is becoming increasingly concerning. Some studies suggest that artificial sweeteners can mess with the balance of bacteria in your gut. This is super important because your gut microbiome plays a huge role in everything from digestion and nutrient absorption to mood and immune function. If the balance is off, you might experience digestive discomfort, bloating, gas, or an upset stomach, which is something many of us are trying to avoid as we get older. Beyond digestive issues, there's also ongoing research suggesting that despite having no calories, artificial sweeteners might still influence insulin response and sugar metabolism in unexpected ways. It's not a simple one-to-one swap where you avoid all the downsides of sugar. For some people, these sweeteners can even increase cravings for sweet foods later in the day, defeating the purpose of a healthy breakfast. The painful reality is that you might think you're making a healthier choice by avoiding sugar, but you could be introducing different, perhaps less understood, problems. The secret here is to ask yourself if you truly need intense sweetness in the first place. If you're used to very sweet foods, gradually reducing your reliance on both sugar and artificial sweeteners can retrain your palate to appreciate the natural flavors of food. Instead of artificial sweeteners, lean into those natural sweetness options we discussed, like a small amount of ripe fruit, maybe a mashed banana stirred in for creaminess and sweetness, or a few raisins in moderation. Spices like nutmeg, cardamom, or cloves add wonderful flavor complexity without any sugar or artificial chemicals. Vanilla extract is another great way to add a sense of sweetness without actually adding sugar. The key is to focus on whole food additions that contribute nutrients, not just a sweet taste. Think about the purpose of your oatmeal. It's nourishment. Artificial sweeteners don't add any nutritional value. They are purely for taste, and potentially with unwelcome side effects, making the shift away from intensely sweet additions, whether sugar or artificial, is a powerful step towards making your oatmeal a truly supportive part of your diet. It helps your digestive system function better and support stable energy levels throughout the morning. It's about choosing ingredients that work with your body, not potentially against it. Now, let's move on to a different category. Something creamy and often seen as indulgent, but can also turn your healthy oatmeal into a heavy, less beneficial meal. Excessive amounts of high-fat dairy like heavy cream or butter. A little pat of butter might seem traditional, and a splash of cream makes it feel luxurious. However, piling in significant amounts of saturated fat into your oatmeal first thing in the morning can slow down digestion considerably. Oatmeal's main benefit is its soluble fiber, which helps regulate digestion and cholesterol. Adding a large dose of fat creates a much denser, slower-moving mixture in your stomach. For many of us over 60, our digestive systems can be a bit more sensitive or slower already. This heavy fat load can lead to feelings of fullness that turn into discomfort, bloating, or even indigestion that lasts for hours. Furthermore, while fats are necessary in a balanced diet, excessive saturated fat, particularly first thing in the morning when your digestive system is just getting going, isn't the best way to maximize the benefits of the oatmeal. It adds a lot of calories without adding much in the way of the beneficial complex carbohydrates, fiber, or lean protein that you want from your breakfast. The painful reality is that adding richness with lots of cream or butter might make your oatmeal taste decadent, but it can leave you feeling sluggish and uncomfortable. Undoing the light, energizing start that oatmeal is supposed to provide. The secret here is to choose lighter, more nutrient-dense ways to add creaminess or richness. If you love a creamy texture, consider cooking your oatmeal with milk dairy or non-dairy like almond or soy instead of just water. This adds creaminess without the heavy fat load of cream. A spoonful of Greek yogurt stirred in at the end adds protein and creaminess. For healthy fats, a small sprinkle of nuts or seeds, or a drizzle of nut butter, provides healthy unsaturated fats that are much easier on digestion and contribute valuable nutrients and fiber, which actually work with the oatmeal's benefits. Even a small amount of avocado can be blended in for a creamy texture in a savory oatmeal bowl, providing healthy fats and fiber. It's about substituting saturated fats with unsaturated fats and focusing on additions that enhance the nutritional profile rather than just adding density and calories. This small change makes your oatmeal much easier to digest and keeps you feeling comfortably full and energized. Rather than heavy and bloated, it allows the fiber in the oats to do its job effectively, supporting healthy digestion and a steady energy release. Now that we've discussed some of the sugary and fatty additions that can cause problems, let's talk about another category: certain processed toppings. We often think of toppings as innocent extras, but some common ones can introduce hidden issues. Take sweetened, crunchy granola, for example, or those little packets of dried fruit mixes. While they might contain some whole grains or fruit, they are often loaded with added sugars, unhealthy oils, and sometimes preservatives. Granola, in particular, is often marketed as healthy, but many varieties are more like dessert toppings, baked with significant amounts of sugar and oil to get that irresistible crunch. Piling a generous amount of this kind of granola onto your oatmeal is essentially adding more processed sugar and fat, similar to the issues we discussed earlier, but sometimes even more concentrated. The dried fruit mixes often have added sugar coatings or are made from fruits that are naturally very high in sugar when dried, and eaten in large quantities can cause a rapid sugar spike. Even worse, some commercial dried fruits are treated with sulfites, which can cause reactions in sensitive individuals, leading to digestive upset or other symptoms. The painful reality is that you grab these convenient toppings thinking they're healthy additions, only to find they are packed with ingredients that counteract the goodness of the oats and can leave you feeling uncomfortable or contribute to inflammation. The secret here is to choose whole, unprocessed toppings or make your own simple versions instead of sweetened granola. Opt for plain rolled oats baked briefly with a tiny bit of cinnamon and a sprinkle of nuts for crunch. Or just add plain nuts and seeds directly to your bowl. If you like dried fruit, choose varieties without added sugar and use them very sparingly, almost like a garnish, because their sugar content is concentrated. A few slices of fresh fruit like apple, banana, or berries offer natural sweetness, fiber, and nutrients without the added sugar and potential issues of processed dried fruit. Think about adding texture and flavor through natural sources. Chopped nuts like walnuts or almonds provide healthy fats and crunch. Seeds like chia or flax add fiber and omega-3s. And unsweetened coconut flakes offer a tropical twist and healthy fats. These unprocessed additions enhance your oatmeal's nutritional value rather than diluting it with unnecessary sugars and fats. This mindful choice of toppings ensures your oatmeal remains a truly health-supporting meal, providing sustained energy and supporting your digestive health without the pitfalls of processed add-ins. It's about elevating your oatmeal, not just adding sweetness or crunch for the sake of it. Next, let's consider a surprising one: adding certain fruits in excess, particularly dried fruits or very ripe, high-sugar fresh fruits, especially if you have blood sugar sensitivities. While fruit is generally healthy and contains fiber, it also contains natural sugars. The fiber helps temper the sugar spike. But when you add large quantities of high-sugar fruits, particularly concentrated forms like dried fruit, you're significantly increasing the total sugar load of your meal. For someone managing blood sugar, adding a cup of raisins or dates to their oatmeal, on top of the carbohydrates in the oats, can still lead to an undesirable spike. The painful reality is that thinking it's just fruit, it must be healthy, can be misleading if the quantity and type of fruit aren't considered, especially when combined with other carbs. The secret is portion control and choosing the right fruits. As mentioned before, use dried fruits very sparingly, maybe just a tablespoon or two for flavor. For fresh fruit, berries are excellent because they are lower in sugar and higher in antioxidants. A sliced apple or a few chunks of pear are also good choices. Bananas are higher in sugar. So while a few slices are fine, mashing a whole very ripe banana into your bowl might be too much sugar for some individuals, particularly diabetics. It's about balancing the natural sweetness with the overall carbohydrate load and ensuring the fiber content from the whole fruit is included. Don't blend fruits into a completely smooth puree unless you add them back with the fiber, as blending can sometimes make the sugars more rapidly available. Eating the whole or sliced fruit with your oatmeal is usually best. This mindful approach to fruit ensures you get the vitamins, minerals, and fiber benefits without overloading on sugar, keeping your oatmeal a balanced meal that supports stable energy levels. It's about understanding that even healthy ingredients need to be used appropriately depending on your individual needs and health goals. Another common addition that can turn your healthy oatmeal into something less beneficial is flavored syrups. Think maple-flavored syrup that isn't pure maple syrup, or other pancake syrups. These are typically made with high fructose corn syrup, artificial flavors, and often caramel color. They offer intense sweetness, but absolutely no nutritional value. They are pure added sugar, or a chemically processed version of it, and additives. Pouring these over your oatmeal is worse than just adding sugar, as you're also getting artificial ingredients that your body doesn't know how to process effectively. This leads to the same blood sugar spikes as white sugar, but with the added burden of processing artificial components. The painful reality is that the convenience and familiar taste of these syrups hide a load of unhealthy ingredients that directly counteract the wholesomeness of the oats. The secret is to stick to pure, natural sweeteners if you need them, and use them sparingly. A tiny drizzle of pure maple syrup or honey is a far better choice than artificial syrups. Even better, try flavoring your oatmeal with spices, vanilla extract, or the natural sweetness of fruit instead of relying on syrups at all. Remember, your palate can adjust. Reducing your intake of these intensely sweet, artificially flavored products will not only make your oatmeal healthier, but can also help you appreciate the more subtle, natural flavors of food. It's about choosing quality ingredients that support your health, not just provide a momentary burst of artificial sweetness. Finally, let's talk about something that might seem like the easiest option, but often comes with a hidden cost: those pre-packaged, flavored instant oatmeal packets. While the oats themselves in these packets are generally the same as what you'd get in a plain box, the convenience often comes at the expense of added sugars, salt, artificial flavors, and sometimes artificial colors. The maple and brown sugar, or apple cinnamon packets, are notorious for having several grams of added sugar per small serving. Often listed as one of the first ingredients, they might also contain artificial flavors to give them their distinctive taste, and sometimes stabilizers or gums to affect the texture. While they are quick to prepare, the cumulative effect of eating these regularly means a significant increase in your daily intake of added sugar and additives compared to making plain oatmeal and adding your own natural toppings. The painful reality is that the promise of a quick and healthy breakfast in a packet often delivers a dose of unhealthy additives alongside the oats. The secret here is incredibly simple. Choose plain, unflavored rolled oats or steel-cut oats. They take only a few minutes longer to prepare. Instant plain oats are just as quick as the flavored packets, but without the junk. Then, you are in complete control of what goes into your bowl. You can add a small amount of the natural sweeteners we discussed, fresh or dried fruit in moderation, nuts, seeds, spices, or even make it savory with an egg or vegetables. This way, you get all the benefits of the oats without the unwanted sugar and additives that come hidden in the flavored packets. It allows you to tailor your oatmeal to your taste and nutritional needs without compromising on health. It's about taking back control of your breakfast and ensuring that your healthy habit isn't being sabotaged by hidden ingredients in convenient packaging. So, we've covered 7 common additions that can potentially turn your nutritious bowl of oatmeal into something less beneficial, even problematic, especially as we get older and our bodies process things differently. We talked about the pitfalls of adding too much refined sugar, the potential gut and metabolic issues with artificial sweeteners, how excessive high-fat dairy can slow you down, The hidden sugars and fats in processed granola and some dried fruits. The empty calories and additives in flavored syrups. Adding too much high-sugar fruit. And the added sugars and artificial ingredients lurking in convenient instant flavored packets. It might seem like a lot to consider for just a simple bowl of oatmeal. But the good news is that the solutions are easy, and they all point towards embracing whole, unprocessed foods. Remember, the oats themselves are fantastic. It's how we prepare them and what we add that makes the difference. Making small, mindful changes to your oatmeal routine can have a ripple effect on how you feel throughout the day, impacting your energy levels, digestion, and overall health. It's not about being perfect, but about being aware and making slightly better choices most of the time. Instead of focusing on what you should avoid, think about all the wonderful things you can add to your oatmeal to make it even more nutritious and delicious. Fiber-rich berries, healthy fats from nuts and seeds, warming spices, a touch of natural sweetness from fruit, or a tiny drizzle of pure maple syrup. These additions enhance the already great qualities of oatmeal, making it a truly powerful and supportive start to your day. Don't let the potential pitfalls discourage you. Let them empower you to make choices that truly nourish your body. Your health is your wealth, and making informed decisions about even seemingly small things like your breakfast can contribute significantly to living well at any age. It's encouraging to know that simple adjustments can make such a difference. So, take another look at what you're stirring into your morning bowl. We'd love to hear your thoughts and what healthy additions you love to put in your oatmeal. Share your favorite tips and combinations in the comments below. Your ideas might help someone else discover a new healthy favorite. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps our channel. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on more tips and insights for living your best, healthiest life. Remember, small changes can indeed make a big difference to your health and happiness. Keep enjoying your oatmeal, prepared in a way that truly supports you. Live your best life at every age.